This is Jarrod Horak. Welcome to my latest Road to the 2023 Kentucky Oaks Points Race video. And in this video, I'm going to do analysis of the Davona Dale Stakes at Gulfstream Park for Saturday, March 4th. And you can find all of my Oaks and Derby points races in video format on my YouTube channel. I cover each race that they have a points race for the Oaks and Derby series. I do analysis, I do my top choice, and then wagering strategies. So you can find all those videos on my YouTube channel. And then I do some recap videos as well for the Kentucky Oaks series. I did my first recap video in January. I went through the points races from the Pocahontas through the Santa Ynez at Santa Anita Park on January 8th. And I recapped all of those. And then my latest recap video, which I just did earlier today, I started with the Busanda Stakes, January 14th at Aqueduct, and I went all the way through the Honeybee Stakes at Oaklawn Park on February 25th. So you can find all those recap videos on my YouTube channel. And if you're interested in my full card analysis at Santa Anita Park, you can find those full cards each day Santa Anita runs on my sales page at therunawayrhorse.com. And you can purchase individual full cards, weekly and weekend packages, or the entire meet. And for this February 4th, this March 4th card coming up, Fountain of Youth Day at Gulfstream Park, I'm going to cover all the Rainbow Six races. They're all stakes races, including the Fountain of Youth and this Davona Dale. So I'm going to have wagering strategies, pick 4 and pick 5 tickets, all kinds of information there, in addition to my Santa Anita full card, and then the Golden Hour races at Golden Gate Fields, and then some more bonus races as well. There's going to be a lot in that full card this week for Saturday, March 4th. And if you're interested in that, it will be available at therunawayhorse.com on my sales page. And now we're going to get into the analysis of this race, and it's going to be the 12th race at Gulfstream Park, Saturday, March 4th, 2023. Grade 2, $200,000 Davona Dale Stakes. 3-year-old fillies traveling 1 mile around one turn on the main track, and the scheduled post time, 4:37 p.m. Eastern Time. Breaking from the inside post, Todd Pletcher trainee, Atomically. This is a daughter of Gervin, and she's pretty good. She's been in the top 3 in 4 of her 5 starts, 2 wins, 2 show finishes. She was 3rd in her debut, and then she romped in her 2nd start at Gulfstream at 7 furlongs. She just wired the field that day. In her 3rd start, she was in a restricted stakes race for Florida sire horses, 1 mile and a 16th, and she dominated that one by almost 7 lengths, and she came from a bit off the pace there. Then she moved to the Pletcher Barn, Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies. She was stalking in mid-pack, and she ended up finishing 7th in that 13-horse field. And then in the Forward Gal Stakes, her first start this year, she was the favorite, but she broke last in that 9-horse field, and that kind of did her in because the horses that were up on the pace dominated that one. And Atomically finished 3rd, more than 8 lengths clear of the 4th place finisher. So just after that bad start, not a bad effort. 2nd start after a layoff. She needs a more alert beginning in here. She'll probably be lurking behind the speed, saving all the ground. Infinite Diamond is one that certainly likes this distance, and she's 2 for 3 with a runner-up finish at Gulfstream Park. She's 2 for 2 at this distance. She added blinkers in September of last year, and she wired the field, winning by 14 lengths at Gulfstream Park at this trip. And then in her next start, the Grade 1 Alcibiades at Keeneland, she didn't do anything. She was 14th beaten 73 lengths in that 14-horse field. And then she bounced back in the Cash Run Stakes at Gulfstream, a 1-turn mile last time. She chased from 2nd. She took over. She won by more than 2. So this is her course in distance. And she should be up on the pace, but she's going to have to run faster. She did earn an improved speed rating last time. She's going to have to run a little bit faster in here to threaten this group. Red Carpet Ready. She's done nothing wrong. She's 3 for 3 for trainer Rusty Arnold. 6 furlong debut in the slop at Churchill last year. She won by 10, wiring the field. 2nd time out, the Fern Creek Stakes. She chased from 2nd from the outside post, and she won there by more than 3 lengths. The runner-up was the next out winner. Red Carpet Ready was the next out winner in the Grade 3 Forward Gal. Post 7th in the 9-horse field. She pressed, she took the lead, and she was able to win by 2 1/4 lengths. So that was a solid effort there. She's gone from 6 to 6.5 to 7 furlongs to now a 1-turn mile, and she has a bullet workout for this on February 25th. Luis Saez got to know her last time. They paid $180,000 for this filly, and we'll have to see if she can continue to improve as she faces tougher company and she gets more ground to work with. The next one in line is Positano Sunset, and she was my value top choice at 7-1 in that forward gal last time, but she disappointed. One of the reasons I picked her, pretty mischievous in her debut. She hooked a very good filly, and she was dueling on the lead, and she finished fourth. And Ian Wilkes doesn't usually crank his horses out first time out. So Pretty Mischievous is one that has a lot of ability. She's won a couple points races, and that was not a bad effort there from Positano Sunset. Then she hooked another talented filly, Julia Shining, from the Todd Pletcher shed row, and she ended up finishing clearly second behind that one. And Julia Shining came back and she won the Demoiselle Stakes. Positano Sunset came back and she stalked from post 9 in a 9-horse field, and she won professionally by a length and 3/4 as the favorite in her maiden victory at 6.5 furlongs at Churchill last November. In the Forward Gal Stakes last time, post 8 in a 9-horse field, awkward start, wide trip. She finished fourth, beaten 11 lengths. So I think she can improve with a better start this time. I think she's going to stalk the pace again, and Leparoux, her regular rider, stays put. And she still has some upside in her second start after a layoff, and maybe she can spice up the exotics. Undervalued Asset for trainer Chad Brown, lightly raced filly with a ton of upside. She romped in her debut, 5-horse field. She was the heavy favorite, and she did not disappoint. She won geared down by more than 8 lengths at Aqueduct on November 10th of last year. She came back on February 4th in that Grade 3 Forward Gal. A lot of horses coming back from that race. And that day, she took money. She was a little less than 3-1, and she ended up stalking wide and trying to go with Red Carpet Ready, but she couldn't quite go with that one. But I like the fact that she didn't really lose ground in the stretch. She was 2.5 lengths behind in the stretch, and then at the finish, she was only 2.25 lengths behind. So she didn't really lose ground to the winner. And Undervalued Asset, second after a layoff, gone from 6 furlongs to 7 furlongs to a 1-turn mile. She probably will be fitter here. Irad Ortiz Jr. will ride back. Chad Brown, very good in the graded stakes ranks, and he excels second after a layoff as well. Guns and Graces is the next one, and she is a Chad Brown trainee by Gun Runner, and Joel Rosario will get aboard. And she's only run twice. She was second, beaten 13 lengths in her debut in a 1-turn mile at Aqueduct on November 4th, and she was clearly second best, and she came back and she broke her maiden in a 1.40-mile race at Tampa Bay Downs late last year, chasing from second and pulling away and winning by more than 3 lengths. They paid $375,000 for this filly, and she earned a much better speed rating second time out, but her speed ratings are still light compared to the top contenders in this race. And I think less distance probably doesn't do her any favors. I think she probably wants more distance. With Gun Runner on top, Empire Maker as the dam sire, I think she's probably going to want every bit of 2 turns, and like she did last time, and I think this cutback isn't going to help her. Lynx is the next one, and she's very consistent. This is a Florida-bred daughter of Brethren. 5 starts, 3 wins, a second and a third, all the races at Gulfstream Park. Her 5-furlong debut, she stalked and scored over a next out winner. She won her next start in the Florida Sire Series at 6 furlongs, and then the second race in that series, she won at 7 furlongs by more than 4 lengths. And then she stretched out in the final leg of that series at 1.16 at Gulfstream last fall. Atomically whipped her there by more than 6 lengths, but Lynx was clearly second best. And then she came back in the Cash Run Stakes, her first start this year, and she ended up finishing an even third in an 8-horse field. My problem with her, she won at 5 furlongs, 6 furlongs, and 7 furlongs, and then she lost at 1.16 and a mile. So I think maybe less ground and a bit lesser company is probably what she wants. Adeliese's Smile is next, and this one is a daughter of Uncle Mo, and she's run 5 times with a win and a third, but her speed ratings are light. I like that she added Lasix and broke her maiden at this distance at Gulfstream Park in January. Nice professional effort there, but then she lost Lasix. She stepped up in the Forward Gal, and she was 9th and last, beaten 31 lengths, and she never got out of last. So she's one that I just think is overmatched in here. Number 9 is Dorth Vader. This one, another Florida-bred filly. This is a daughter of Gervin. She's run 6 times with 3 wins and a third. She's 2 for 4 at Gulfstream. She has yet to try this distance. She did run a 2-turn race in that third leg of the Florida Sire Series last year. Atomically and Lynx were well in front of her by 11 lengths, and she was well clear of the rest in third. Then she had back-to-back sprint stakes wins at Gulfstream and Tampa at 7 and 6 furlongs prior to running 6th, beaten 11 lengths after dueling on the lead in the Gasparilla Stakes last time. So I think she can get involved early. I just don't think she's going to be there late. Leave No Trace had a very good juvenile season for trainer Phil Serpy. She won her debut at Saratoga, 5.5 furlongs, stalking the pace. She was 4-1. She went off 15-1 almost in the Grade 1 spinaway, and she defeated 2-year-old filly champion Wonder Wheel that day by a length and a half. And then in her next start, she caught the slop in the Frisette. She was 7-1, and she finished an even third. And then the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Filly, she was 25-1. Post 12, she chased from second, and she led in the stretch, but Wonder Wheel ran her down, and she won by 3. But Leave No Trace did finish second, so that was a good effort. So now she's back around one turn. The problem with her is like her speed ratings just aren't really that flashy. So she's one that's going to have to improve, run a bit faster, even though she did have some quality efforts last year, winning a Grade 1 and placing in 2 other Grade 1s. Still, like her speed ratings are a bit light. But obviously, if she improved at all from age 2 to 3, she's a contender in here. So giving out my top choice in this race, I'm not going to pick Red Carpet Ready on top, although I do respect her. I'm going to go with the 5 Undervalued Asset for trainer Chad Brown to turn the tables on Red Carpet Ready. I think she's got a good shot to do that in here because she's lightly raced. She started at 6 furlongs and she dominated. I don't know how much she got out of that race because it was so easy in a short field. And then she showed something in that Forward Gal, her second career start, where she did not lose ground to Red Carpet Ready. She just hung in there with that one in the stretch. So now second start after a layoff. And she's got outside position on that one, so I can think that she's probably going to end up pressing Red Carpet Ready, getting outside on the flank of that horse and try to turn the tables on her. And let's hope that she can do it. So number 5, Undervalued Asset is going to be my top choice in the Grade 2 Davona Dale at Gulfstream for Saturday, March 4th. And my wagering strategies are as follows. I'll make a win wager on number 5, Undervalued Asset. I'll play an exacta, and I'll put Red Carpet Ready and Undervalued Asset on top. And I'll include Positano Sunset in second. That exacta is 3-5 with the 3-4-5. And then I'm going to key Positano Sunset in third in a trifecta using 4 horses in first and second. The 1, Atomically, the 3, Red Carpet Ready, the 5, Undervalued Asset, the 10, Leave No Trace. The trifecta, 1-3-5-10, 1-3-5-10 with 4. Wagering strategies are on the screen. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you like this content. And I'll be back, and I'm going to take a look at the Fountain of Youth Stakes as my next video this week. I have multiple Oaks and Derby Points race videos on the docket this week, so stay tuned to my YouTube channel for all those. And the Fountain of Youth is next. And until I see you next time, good luck at the races.